this is part 4 of the Great Bay Temple, and in this part of our walkthrough, we're obviously going to get the boss key right off the bat, and also we're finally going to reverse the flow of water back in that very main room of this dungeon. That'll open up a few new pathways for us to explore.
Man, when you said we got the boss key right away, I didn't really take it that seriously, like that quickly.
Yeah, I wasn't messing around.
No. Well, so is that all we get? We don't get anything from that last mini boss, right? He just opens up another door to get the boss key. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Which actually is what happened in Woodfall too.
Yeah, that's right.
You beat him and then you opened up the cage and got the boss key.
It's kind of nice to get rewards for. I mean, we kind of complained about having too many bosses, but it's nice to get rewards for both of them. You know, we got the treasure and we got the
well, the game that only had 4 dungeons too. You know,
very good point.
You know, you get some more bosses, I guess.
Even though they repeated the frog.
Well, there's a lot of Zelda games that repeat a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, like
Skyward Sword. I'm looking at you right now.
Oh, let's not talk about the imprisoned. Well, I mean, heck, even here you could argue that the eyeball mini boss, like we mentioned, was a throwback to Link to the Past. So.
And I did really like that. We're both big fans of that game, so kind of seeing it like in a bigger, more epic aspect
in 3D.
was kind of cool. Yeah, because I mean, obviously when you saw that, that's the first thing that you thought. I think it was.
Oh, definitely.
Wasn't it the Swamp Palace boss? It wasn't Misery Mire, right?
Oh, that was a sad jump, by the way. It was either.
It was Swamp Palace because in Misery Mire you had the eyeballs that you shot.
That's
with the arrow, and remember it stayed back in like that little poisonous water or whatever.
Did we fight like several eyeball bosses? I didn't think so.
Well, the hidden eye is always a key in these games. So.
Yeah. But
I like how you go for that jump right there, and I don't even think you used it for anything. Like I don't know if you like kind of forgot the sequence right there or something, but you went to make that jump.
I think I kind of did.
And then you kind of just like, forget it.
Or maybe I actually just wanted to get down to that lower level for some reason. I honestly
That's
can't
what
remember.
I always say.
That's my
That's
story.
what I always say. I did it on purpose.
I wanted to be on the lower level. I just wanted to get back to this room. And I really love this cinematic we're going to see in a few minutes here, where we do eventually stop this giant turbine, I guess,
and start the other way.
And start going the other way. And it's a great concept how they implement it. It's like you're going to shut off one, or you start, you finally get the red pipe open.
Yeah.
And that balances out the turbine.
Yeah.
And then I think you shut off the yellow.
You shut the yellow, the yellow switch.
And it gets it going the other direction.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good.
As I'm watching this more and more, even though I didn't play it, I am starting to like this temple more.
I mean, sitting here watching it and commentating on it, I don't feel the same repulsion that I felt while I was playing it.
Well, me and Rip kind of talked about this behind the scenes. Like, for some reason, like, we don't really rank Majora's Mask that high.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of fun. We both had fun commentating the videos for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Which we always do, but...
And I know you're a huge fan of the last dungeon of this game. So.
Yeah. Next week.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there next week. But like I mentioned, I just love this cinematic here where we finally get the red pipe all the way opened up. We shut off the yellow one for good, and we'll make our way right back to that main room, and the water will be going in a different direction. I'll tell you though, it kind of makes you feel like the yellow pipes were a bit of a waste. I mean, we opened up the one at the very beginning.
And you really haven't done anything. You didn't do anything with them.
I don't think we did.
Just you turn them off. Basically, is all you did.
Yeah, it kind of makes that come off as a bit of a waste. But yeah, I guess those red ones were important. Though.
Yeah. Now I'm always going to hate yellow pipes for some reason.
I know.
You're worthless.
But now we are going to make our way back to that opening room, and actually we're going to start following the green pipes.
Now the windmill or the propeller hasn't changed yet, right? We haven't changed water directions yet.
Yes, that's what we just did there by changing that turbine there.
Oh, that's right. So we had to like they were both balanced out, right?
Yes,
and then then we shoved the yellow and then started moving the other direction.
At least this dungeon was nice enough to put both those.
12 years later, I'm starting to understand this dungeon. Okay, I got it.
And I do think it's pretty cool. You can't really see it in this screen, but like this pipe runs all the way through the hallway back to that initial turbine. So they did a great job of interconnecting the rooms that have these moving parts.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, the water flows. Like, it was. It's just not disappearing because technically they could just put it behind a wall. And be like, it disappeared. But
it's right above your head.
Show it.
I can't believe that propeller didn't knock me off.
Yeah, you bound missed that jump.
Yeah, but now that like we were able to ride that propeller across and we got our ice arrows, we can now follow the green pipes finally and get that water flow going.
Yeah.
And this next room, though, I will say, gave me some fits. But
what's this next room?
Yeah, you'll see.
Oh yeah, I remember this room.
Although apparently I'm not ready for it just yet.
Yeah, well, you don't see any of it, but
yeah.
We there was a good 45 minutes.
Oh, it was.
This room lasted the first time we went through there.
Let's just say I spent a lot of time in this room the first time through that I shouldn't have, but.
Well, it's just difficult. We'll be getting a fairy here later on top of the ceiling.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, like, you gotta get the ice block perfect, and then you gotta get within perfect range of the hook shot target.
And you'll see all that here in just a second.
And then the ice is melting. There's too many variables that are being introduced in this room right here.
And this Techite right here in front of me gives... Yeah, I get him this time pretty good.
Yeah,
But man, he knocked me off.
Well, he was like sitting there, like jumping against the edges, and like, if you get too close, he would hit you.
Yeah.
And then you obviously don't want to get knocked off, and then...
But if you're too far away, you shoot the ledge instead of him.
The angle was not good for arrows, really.
And then I couldn't see what I'm shooting at from here. But
you could have moved too.
True. But if you're not collecting...
You were rattled at that time.
Yeah, let's just say this was after many failed attempts to do this. But if you're not going after the fairies, you can honestly just create an ice platform and go right over to the green platform.
Yeah, you can go to the other side.
But of course, we're trying to get everything.
Well, would you? I mean, this is the part on the fairies where I probably just given up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've been like, oh, there's a hole up there, but I already have the boss key, the compass, the weapon, and the dungeon map. Obviously, hopefully by now. That I don't know. I always saw that hole and been like, I don't think I need to go up there.
Yeah. Plus, the problem with the hook shot, you can't look directly above you. Like, you can't look straight up.
Yeah, I do hate that. It's like always at an angle. It's kind of, in this situation, it's hard to put these ice blocks here to get, obviously, with the right angle.
Because finally, I just have to back up.
Yeah, you just had to back up. We had to shoot a second one.
We already,
to get, like, kind of in better range.
And even then, I could barely hit that target. So
really, it's better, I guess, in that situation, it would just been better to go, like, as close as you could to the wall.
Yeah.
So you can always shoot kind of like a lower angle.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I didn't major in math or geometry, so I don't really know. But
and you can see like my magic meter right now is really low. I shot a lot of ice arrows in that room. But honestly, like with the compass, you could see there was a treasure chest up there. And like Kick mentioned, you've got all the items in the dungeon.
Yeah.
If you're not after those fairies,
you almost had to know it was a fairy, or it could be something like. I don't even want to say anything like this, like a red rupee or something.
Oh my god!
How big of a waste? Like that is one of the things I did like about this game. Yeah. It's like in other games, it feels like there's a lot of waste with treasure chests. Like you get like Skyward Sword, you get like treasures, and any of those treasures are used for upgrades.
Yeah.
Blah. Twilight had a lot of rupees. This one, usually the treasure chests that aren't main things are fairies, so they're always valuable, I think.
And I think that definitely did help. Like when you get those treasure chests, you get a better sense of accomplishment than 20 rupees or even 50 rupees or even the occasional silver rupee, which is like holy
like I said, I don't think I ever got 15 fairies on my own. I'd be curious to see like how many people obviously you're not going to do like a poll.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, I guess we could on Twitter, but I'd be curious to see how many people actually got all 15 fairies in some of these dungeons
without cheating. I mean,
yeah. What? Both. I'll just say both. We'll just say both.
I mean, it was, especially in this dungeon, there were just some, in all the honestly, there's some obscure fairies.
Yeah, well, like we had mentioned earlier, like, jars, spider, like, why is this fairy in a spider, and how's it even surviving?
Yeah.
I mean, fairies into jars makes sense, because we got fairies into bottles.
Yep.
But, whatever.
And here's where I mentioned what we could have done. We could have just skipped that fairy entirely and just gone straight to the green platform.
Now, this is the first time we messed with the green pipes, right?
Yes.
We messed with yellow in the beginning, and kind of don't touch it till, like, basically when we switched to red pipes.
And then we followed red for a while.
Yeah, but we've been messing with red for a while anyway.
We have for quite a while.
Yeah, the red pipe's the one you definitely deal with the most throughout this whole dungeon.
Yeah, and you can tell I was getting frustrated with ice arrows at that point.
Yeah.
I'm just thankful you can climb back on these platforms as Link, otherwise I think it'd be really tough. But I mentioned I think back in part 1 of our videos for this dungeon that like you have a longer jump as Zora Link.
Is it longer or higher?
That's actually a good question. I think maybe because you're taller, you're more like we mentioned, adult Link's body form or model. Maybe just a taller jump.
Well, I think if you roll with Link, you jump pretty far, so it just it makes more sense. And I love that right there. You kind of just like a little glitch really right there. You just jump and like end up bouncing off. But that'll go ahead and wrap up part 4 of the Great Bay Temple.